Hey there, YouTube. This is Fragments of Memory once again, and this time I'm filming in the daytime. Well, and so as you can see, the lighting is a little bit better. So, yesterday was election day, or at least midterm election day, and I hope those of you out there did get to vote. I did vote, and at my particular polling place, I saw a really wonderful turnout. A lot of people really seem to care about their communities, their issues, and everything else that goes on. And I think that contributes one to being a good citizen. Now, I am disappointed about the young voter turnout. Apparently, according to news media and print media, that a lot of the younger voters didn't come out. And I think it would behoove them and behoove all of us if people actually came out and voted. And of course, people came out not only and just voted, but were educated about the issues that were being presented and sort of weighing things out as to if I vote for this, what's going to happen and how will this affect my quality of life? And if I don't vote for this, what will happen and how will this affect my quality of life? And a lot of people don't do that. I think a lot of people listen to the political ads, get emotional, get puffed up, and a lot of the campaign managers and advertisers know this. They say certain key phrases and keywords over and over again, and people just react. I do find that human beings, all of us, myself included, tend to be more reactional as opposed to proactive. Well, I'm also thinking about how the Republicans, quote unquote, took back the House. Well, quiet as it's kept, I will have to just point this out that no matter what happens, no matter who's in office, there are certain facts of life that are still going to remain the same. I'm still going to have to find a job. I'm still going to have to go eat. I'm still going to have to find a wife and get married, or I'm still going to have to then raise children in this world, whether it's run by a Republican, a Democrat, a libertarian, a constitutionalist, a green party, a blue party, an orange party, whatever the case might be. I'm still going to have to make it in this world and eke out an existence for myself. So it doesn't really matter whether a Democrat is in office, whether a Republican is in office, or any other political party. I just think that in a country like the United States, I think it's up to us to be better citizens and not be selfish people. And I think this is where one's religious faith and religious convictions come in, because man's law can only do so much. The law of God Almighty is the supreme law. Now, and I think that's the problem with us in America as well. A lot of us don't have any of those convictions, or we're selfish. Even those with religious convictions, we have this selfishness problem. We don't think like, hey, what am I going to do, or is what I'm doing going to affect my fellow man adversely, or is it going to affect him positively and beneficially? We don't ask that. We don't ask those questions. And again, it goes back to asking the questions and thinking about it. And sometimes many of us don't want to delay gratification. Many times we want our desires and our impulses and our urges gratified and fed and nurtured and stroked, as opposed to, hey, maybe I need to restrain my hand from that. Maybe I need to restrain my thoughts from that. But that is another aside. I think politicians are still people. They are not a panacea. They're not a magical elf that waves a wand and makes things happen. And another thing, politics, or shall I say, when a politician puts a bill forth, they attach things to the bill. They attach other add-ons to the bill. So when you vote for that one thing, you're also voting for everything that's attached to the bill. And people forget that, or people don't seem to register that, or that doesn't register or resonate with people, that when you do that, when you're in the political game, that's what happens. Or there's a lobbyist that's trying to stop something from going through because he wants something else to go through because he's paid by some other interest to do it. So that comes into play. Then people forget that politicians make certain deals. Hey, you know what? If you let this bill go through, I'm going to jump on this bill with you because you're going to help me with this. So all types of deals are made, and people don't understand that. So even though the politician comes from among us, as Thomas Paine referenced in his Common Sense pamphlet during the time of the Revolutionary War, that even though this person may be from among the people and they're getting elected to lead the people, and that after a certain term they're going to be thrust back into the populace of the people that they basically either did really good or did really bad. Even still, the world of politics seems to be its own world, disconnected from the everyday person that goes to work, whether it's punching in the clock at a white collar job, or clocking in at a blue collar job, or flipping burgers at a burger restaurant, or waiting on tables, or scooping up ice cream, or whatever the case might be. The world of the politician seems to be disconnected, and the only time they really show interest is when election time rolls around. And I just think that's the nature of being a senator, a congressman, an alderman, or whatever. People also forget that in addition to that, when one person gets into office, they have to undo what was done by the previous administration, whether it's the president, a senator, whatever. And then that president, that senator, whatever, has to do what is best for the nation, whatever that might be. And they must do it in a fashion that they think is going to help the nation. Now, America in and of itself is a strange situation, only because America is the quote-unquote melting pot. America is not just one homogenized culture. It's not an all-white culture. It's not an all-black culture. We have a mixture, a blend. There's blacks, there's whites, there's Indians, and I'm talking India, not the people that were on this soil before the colonists got here. There's the Native American. There's the Asian, whether it be Chinese, Japanese, Mongolian, Vietnamese, Korean, Laotian, whatever Asian persuasion you are, we have a group of that here. We have people from the continent of Africa, the African continent immigrating to America. We have South Americans and the Latinos and the Hispanics and that particular culture. So America is this amalgam, this blend that kind of blends together sort of a culture. So we're going to get elements of the Irish culture, elements of the Hispanic or the Asian or the Indian or the Middle Eastern culture or the Bosnian culture. And that's what happens in these United States. We are united. So we're like a mixed bag of tricks. Well, so with that being said, understand that all of us have so many different opinions, ideas, philosophies, religions, belief systems, and we're all on this piece of land trying to make it work. And that's the trick. That's the dance that we do every day. We kind of do a little dance, got to dance it up. That's that dance we have to do every single day. Whether it's knowing the cultural ways of a people, or just knowing American, or just being American in general, and whatever cultural or historical baggage you might have, being in whatever group you might be in. As for a black person, you might have the baggage of being black. As a white person, you have the baggage of being white. As an Asian, you have whatever Asian baggage you may have. So that just because we come together as Americans doesn't necessarily mean we all agree, and we still have to make this work. And I may have digressed a little bit, but I wanted to get back to we should vote. Voting is important because I think to be better citizens, you need to make your voice be heard. And not only vote in every election, not just the big one, but vote in the little ones too. And in addition to that, not only voting, but knowing about the issues that you vote on. And here I'll stop and I'll give like a second part of this because I'm not done ranting. So peace and to be continued.